Hi, it's Fred again. Just want to give you another notes from a Nomad update, this time from my second week that I've been back in Victoria. So what had happened this past week? Well, I try and keep contact with a lot of people, some local, some around the world. And I had a good call with the fella I met in Australia. He's sort of associated with the family, and he's a contractor, and he does like renovations on houses and so on. And when we discuss things, most people think he's undercharging. He spends more time, and so in the discussion, I suggested he does track his hours, but I don't think he keeps accurate records. That's not his forte. But his son, 13-year-old son, will be able to do that, create a spreadsheet and track the hours. So every day, ask his son to say, Dad, how many hours did you spend on the job today? And that'll help him see and determine how much he should charge for the work he's doing. And it's a great stepping stone, just that one step, have his son track his hours and keep track of that. I also spoke to my stepson and stepdaughter in Toronto. My stepson was doing well, but he did have a challenge the following day. In fact, he was in a shop and he suffers from what I think is called social anxiety disorder. People start looking at him and he gets anxious, and can it can elevate. And that was what was happening. Unfortunately, my stepdaughter was there to calm him down and calm the situation down. Otherwise, it could have maybe been pretty nasty. But I was been looking for maybe how we can help him, and I did find a therapy online. Believe it or not, so much is online today that might help him if he's willing to give it a try. And hopefully, it will assist him, because it's not nice to have the challenges that he faces, and he does face many challenges because of that, some health issues. I did also speak to the Toastmaster locally that I speak to every week, the lady who is planning her retirement. And I also spoke to one of my old scouting friends, Fast Eddie. He's in the crew that we normally go to. This is a picture of us. We known each other since we were teenagers. And this picture here, sorry, is Fast Eddie. He's the one who is suffering from liver cancer. But he's very positive and very inspiring. And that, of course, is myself. This is the man who owns the boat, Ken, and then Mati and Dave. So one day I'll show you the pictures of this in this calendar that Mati created. But this is the boat that Ken owns. It's called the Sea Holly, and we go on it twice a year, and we're planning a trip on the end of April. And Fast Eddie plans to be there, and we're looking forward to seeing him. What else did happen? I went to the dentist, of all things. Hey, guess what? You get old, your teeth are cracked, so I had to get a couple teeth mended, and it looks like I've got some more work to be done soon. I have a wonderful dentist. She's phenomenal, best dentist I've ever had. At the age of 77, you need a reliable, wonderful dentist. She's from Brazil, and outstanding dentist. And rowing, I did my 100 kilometers that week, so that's good. I'm happy. I'd like to see 100 kilometers a week, which means for 6 days, yeah, 6 days I rowed about an hour and 20 minutes each day that week, giving me my 100 kilometers. And youth programs, I have two youth programs that I mentor and try and keep going here. The first one was on the Saturday. There was 10 young people, and the fellow who replaced me while I was in Australia, Bashar, was there, and it was wonderful to see them and his interaction. He's very dynamic, and they really, I think, enjoy his interaction. So it was great to see that. And on Friday night, there was a long weekend, and that we didn't have as many. I think we had 6 or 7. But what really was exciting, two young people came I haven't seen for probably a year, Yusuf and Yaya. And it was great to see them again. And looks like they might be coming back. I hope so. So that was a highlight of the week. What would I like to do better? That's something. I have a couple websites that are need a lot of work. The first one is Notes of a Nomad, because these videos I'm putting are currently on YouTube, but I want to have a record of them all in one place, which would be Notes of a Nomad. People would be able to contact me a lot easier, and I'd be able to send out notifications easier as well about there's been a new Notes of a Nomad been added. And the other website is called Red Ones, which is a program I want to set up for homeschooling families. And I've done a lot of work with some homeschooling families, and I have a program that I think will work very well for them. And I need to promote it, but I need to get the website. I've done quite a bit of work, but still needs more. But what was the best thing that happened this week? It was Toastmasters. I gave a couple speeches. The first speech was at the morning club I go to. Starts at just before 10 minutes to 7, 6:50 a.m. Went to it recently, but at that time I gave a speech about the cruise, what we call it. So showed them the calendar, and it went down very well. People got to know more about it, and one day I'll show you a little bit more about the group and what we do on the cruise, because it's one of the highlights of the year. I think I mentioned that before too. And I then at another club there was a competition. In fact, there was two competitions: the speech and the evaluation contest. I entered both. They asked me if I would do it, and I said I can use the practice. And I gave a speech about, believe it or not, the nitric oxide dump, which I mentioned in the previous, and I came in second. And I also did the speech evaluation, and I evaluated a speech as did others, and I came in first, which means I am in the competition in the area. So all the winners from the club go to the area contest. So in 2 weeks' time, I'll be competing in those two contests against other people who are the winners in their club. So I'll let you know what happens once that happens. So that's it for now. Rupert, come and say hello. And goodbye. There he is. He's hungry. He wants his food. He's been patiently waiting for me to finish talking to you. So hello from Rupert, and goodbye from Rupert and me. Yeah. And we'll see you on the next Notes of a Nomad. In the meantime, lots of love and laughter to you, your family, and all your friends. Bye for now.